And now to one of the all-time greats, bidding for an 18th Crucible quarter-final 28 years after his first. 4 times a champion of the world, the 3rd most decorated player in history, the pride of Scotland, the Wizard of Wishaw, John Higgins. With 6 big titles in the last 2 years, he is without doubt one of this season's outstanding performers. 4 frames away from a 6th Crucible quarter-final. Provisional world #1, the pride of Northern Ireland, Mark the Pistol Allen.
Mirrored scorelines 9-7, the qualifiers, Jack and Stuart on Discovery Plus, the seeds, Mark and John on Eurosport. Take your pick as we hand to our commentary team of Joe Johnson and Phil Yates.
Radzi, what a night. It could be the end of an era. When John Higgins first joined the elite top 16 in the world rankings, it was 1995. Michael Jordan had just returned to the NBA. DVDs were invented. Bill Clinton was president.
Frame 17, Mark Allen to break.
O.J. Simpson was acquitted. And, very appropriately, the film Braveheart premiered. Higgins tonight, to keep that top 16 status he's had for 29 years, unbroken, needs to be a snooker Braveheart.
Yes, and we know he's got that, don't we? There's none braver. Good points that the boys were making. He needs to relax, doesn't he? And he needs a little bit of good fortune. Has he got some there? Because that red's come down the table, and I believe it's potable. Refused the long red, and don't blame him because the black wasn't available. And he did get a good cue ball, but this red somehow has come down the table. And that could have been a nice angle. He could be bang on the pink there. Could have gone in off, but it looks like he's on the pink. And that's the kind of good fortune that you need. Oh, but wow.
Mark Allen
that
won.
Is so unexpected. So, an early chance to punish.
There was our Joe talking about Braveheart. Allen's first 2 shots, it was a case of Jaws 2. One benefited, the other cost him.
Nicely played.
1.
Struck it well. There's been talk about him not liking the rest, but there was nothing wrong with that now. Has he come far enough for the pink? Just. And that leads him to more reds. Somewhere round about there would be nice. A little bit lower, because he wanted to be straight on this red by the black, or even low on this red. It's not straightforward, this.
7.
No, the pot's easy enough, but can he just play a little cannon to the red? Nicely done.
15.
Do you know, I think he got a little kick there, you know.
John Higgins, 15.
It seemed to straighten up. Just let's have a look at this. Only he will know.
He did look genuinely surprised. Mark Allen is genuinely grateful.
Well, they both missed an easy ball each. Played it with a touch of left-hand side to gain position on this red to the left corner. Nice little shot sounds.
Nine.
A little pacey. I've got a feeling
16.
he played for the red by the pink spot into the right corner. Knowing he'd be on the red to the middle, but this one down the rail here, just a little bit trickier.
Seventeen.
Oh, he's lost the white there. A possible red to the middle, but a lot more difficult than
22.
where it should have been. Was playing for the red into the left corner, but he's a good, I don't know, 3 foot, maybe more too hard. Well, he may not be able to see that red to the middle, so it's just a safety. So, a nervous start from both players.
Mark Allen, 22.
Yes, not in keeping with the opening frame of the previous 2 sessions. First frame of the match, Mark Allen flowing immediately with a break of 119. When the second session began, Higgins won that one with a break of 75. But as the stakes increase, as the tension increases, scrappiness often increases as well.
Look at this. He's found a plant, but can he see enough of the red? He's got to catch this as much as what he can see of this red. And it's in. Now, where's he going to finish? I'll tell you what, that could have finished a lot worse. But this is not a gimmick by any means. The black along the cushion. This is where you have to stay so still and be relaxed.
John Higgins, 1.
It was a chance, but it wasn't a gimme. And these pockets, as we've said many times, they're not that forgiving. That would have gone in most of the time. But those are the type of shots that you've got to get, Phil, if, you know, you're going to have any hope of winning this match. You could go 3 down now.
1.
You're absolutely right about the pockets, though, Joe. They have been brutal over the 10 days of competition so far. And, of course, the players know that, and when they've got a shot of that difficulty, it makes them even more tentative than they might otherwise be.
6.
Yeah, you'd have expected John to pop that when he was up and running, but with it being the first frame and there's so much depending on that particular shot, then it was very difficult.
7.
Just a little tightness, and you catch too much of the angle.
It's a very small sample size,
14.
but I like the pace of Mark Allen's play so far. Doesn't want to be too hasty, of course, but doesn't want to be too ponderous either. I think he definitely upped the pace in the last 4 frames of the second session, which was his best spell of the match. I think he's well served to do that.
$22. 23. $28. 29.
39, the difference.
32.
Couple of reds needed. And we knew at the time it could be costly for John Higgins, missing that black along the cushion. And it's proving to be so.
33.
In fact, the blue is enough. But he would like another red. It's just one snooker.
38.
And the balls are situated pretty good for snookers, actually. He tried to play the cannon to the end red there as we're looking at it. And I thought he could have played down for the reds into the right corner. One, if not both of the reds, would go to the right corner. So John's not out of this game yet. Yeah, the balls are nice.
38.
The green, brown and pink in a really nice spot for snookers. A little shake of the head because he knows he's not safe yet. Very close. Very close. Oh, it just turned a little, didn't it? Just on its final roll, it just turned to the left slightly. This is the blue, and I said he could have come down and played for the red to the right corner. Trying to play the cannon.
You can only assume the white just caught a finger mark there, and that little shift has made a big difference. We always knew he was going to hit those. It was a huge target. But Higgins retains the tactical initiative. He's a dangerous player when he's chasing. Well equipped to steal frames from nowhere.
He could afford to take a pink. Played for the black.
Higgins has covered the almost certain red. But this one should find the target.
I like your confidence, Phil. There is pressure on this one, though, because he knows he's leaving the other one if he misses it. But Phil was quite correct. In it goes, and there's no mistake now.
Just the first frame he wanted.
8.
It wasn't about aesthetics, this frame. It was just about getting it on the board for Mark Allen and widening the gap.
9.
Yeah, I almost felt for John Higgins when he was taking that black on, because it was such a tough shot to take on so early in the game. In the one instance, he was a little bit fortunate to be on it, for
18.
sure. And in the other, there was so much pressure on the shot, because he couldn't just roll it in. He had to play it at pace to be on the next red.
Foul. Mark Allen 18, John Higgins 4, frame conceded.
The enough mattered not. Mark Allen is 3 frames to the good. He leads John Higgins. Now the Scot in trouble, trailing 10-7.
The 18th frame, John Higgins to break.
And I think it's pretty fair to say, Joe, he has to radically improve.
Yeah, he needs an easier chance, and he nearly had one in the last frame. Had that black gone in, those balls could very well have been his. Now this cue ball not close enough to the baulk cushion. And because it wasn't close enough, Mark Allen duly knocks it in. Great shot still, nevertheless. But when you leave that ball hanging out and the cue ball well off the baulk cushion, they tend to do that nowadays. He's too wide. So Higgins gets a chance. I'm not sure which red he played for. If he played for the one next to the black, which is the one that I expected him to play for, he's short. But he is on the red to the middle. Well, that used all of the pocket, didn't it? But it's worked out beautifully. He's on the black. Choice of reds to play for.
It's 10-7 on both sides of the dividing partition because, helped by a break of 48, Stuart Bingham won the first tonight against Jack Lazowski. Bingham 10, Lazowski 3 adrift.
Meanwhile, Higgins is very disappointed at not coming far enough for this red into the right corner. He may have to satisfy himself with the blue, and it's still not a gimme, this red. A lot of pressure on these balls when you're not ideally on them. Can he hold for the pink? Oh, that's a wonderful shot he's played there.
Nine.
Delightful little cannon to the red to hold for the pink. Made that look easy. Another good positional shot from Higgins there. And that's given him
15.
a really good chance to play some easy pots. And that's what he needs, just to get his arm going.
16.
Pot success at 84 has to improve.
Yes, overall
23.
pot success rate of 84%. That really is a low number. Low number for anyone on the tour, let alone for
24.
one of the all-time greats.
Well, we know, Phil, everybody struggles at some stage, don't they? And it's been documented that you can't play well all the time, every session. But what we do know is he's got plenty in the tank. It's there, he just needs to bring it out.
31.
Still got another couple of reds he could play for. But then he's going to have to attack those reds.
$32. $39. $40.
Left a nice angle now to play for that last loose red, and if he can leave it low on the red, he could open more reds up. And he's gone high. So now, does he play for the black or the pink?
47.
It's the black.
48.
And left it nicely. If he could catch the red on the left, it should open up nicely. Caught it too full. And nothing safe.
55.
Very, very unfortunate there not to be on something. Now that is not the best safety shot. He's pushed the black safe, but has he left a shot to the middle?
That was only his third break over 50 of the match, John Higgins. He made a 73 in the third, a 75 in the ninth.
Yeah, and 50s aren't enough, are they, Phil? Not at this level. And not with nothing safe on the table. Yep, he left the red on. And as I said, nothing safe.
Think you've seen that shot before? It was right there in Alan McManus's analysis at the start of the show. He won each of the closing 2 frames last night, starting breaks with
6.
Terrific middle pocket pots. Is this one going to be similar?
Well, he's got the chance, hasn't he? That's what it's all about. He knocked in a terrific red to the middle. And like you say, he knocked in one similar yesterday. Obviously a good middle pocket player.
Seven.
It helps on these tables, Joe, because I think while the corners have played very tight, the middles are extremely unforgiving.
This is the shot. He played to put the black on the cushion, but he hit it so hard. Didn't catch the black full enough.
13.
You need a little bit of luck when you go into the reds, and Higgins didn't get any. And he made that 55 break earlier. Had he finished on a red there,
19.
it would have been 10-8 by now.
$20.
At the risk of being repetitive, I think you'll agree, Joe, there's a sense of urgency around the table now with Mark Allen. I think it's really good to see. This is the real Mark Allen. This is how he plays. Not overthinking.
$26. $27.
That's where he'd like to land on that last red. And he may well
33.
play for one of the bought colours here to try and land somewhere near there. Easy enough to play for the pink or blue. But that's where it could go wrong. If he plays down for one of the bought colours here, I don't see him missing. He doesn't want to be straight on that blue.
34.
That's where he'd like to land. Now, can he get there? It's not a bad attempt. And he'll settle for that.
39.
It's awkward. And he knows how important this red is. If it goes in, it's a formality, you would think. And it hasn't gone in. A gift for John Higgins.
39.
And one he can't refuse. 15 points to the good.
I think it's one of the most deceptive angles in televised snooker, that. The red to middle looked easy. It's such a narrow pocket entrance.
Yeah, but the point that I was making earlier, Phil, is if he played for one of the baulk colours, he's got half a chance of getting in right behind the red. By playing for the blue, he had to play that deep screw shot.
8.
And he wasn't quite on the red as he wanted. This is it again. I fancied him for it, I've got to say. But with that green,
11.
it looks like he's going to pull a frame back. And 10-8 sounds a lot better for John Higgins than 11-7.
$15. $20. Higgins 26 on the frame.
Still in there fighting, back within a couple of frames. The first two of the evening have been shared.
The 19th frame. Mark Allen to break.
Mark Allen mustn't dwell on the Mr. Ed to middle. And I think he's got the kind of personality where he probably won't. He can shed disappointment quite quickly.
Yeah, but this is a crucible. And it means so much to try and become world champion, get to the next round. And he's left this red sticking out that Mark Allen knocked in last time round. These have got to be going in from now on. Yeah, great shot. Terrific shot from John Higgins. Amazing what a bit of confidence can do. Now, he didn't dwell on the black that he missed the frame before, did he? He's just over-travelled with his position on the blue. Still can pot it, just needs to drop it in. Cue ball was going close to the pocket, so that's all he could do with it. Drop it in.
6.
Now, is he straight enough? He's not quite straight enough on the red to screw back for the black, but he can play for the pink.
As he goes walk around, let me tell you, a break of 73 has taken Lisowski back to 10-8 down.
$7.
Well, if he played for the red to the left middle, he could stem down for the black and nudge that red towards the pocket. That's just one option. The other one is the red below the pink. And as you can see, it clearly goes.
$13. $14.
Well, that's a nice angle for the red into the middle, actually.
90.
But maybe he feels he hasn't quite come far enough, so back down for the blue.
20.
No, this is such a good angle to go into them. He's got the insurance of that red near the middle. If he catches the reds fairly full, he's guaranteed to be on that one. That's a split and a half, isn't it? I think the black is still unavailable to the left corner. But it is available to the right corner. And he can get to it from this red. What a chance this is for Higgins.
26.
This is completely different, this match, to what it was when it first started. Both. Oh, he's left it on the lip. What have I done?
John Higgins, 26.
And we've said it so many times, these pockets are brutal. He'd done all the hard work.
1.
Stephen Hendry, who predated John Higgins as a Scottish snooker great, always says it's not the special shots you knock in, it's the easy ones you miss. That will hurt.
Well, it will if he's punished. Not ideally on this red. Okay for a right-handed player, but he may need the rest for this red. Got to try and get it out of his mind, hasn't it? But he can only do that if you get another chance.
5.
That should certainly have been 10-9, shouldn't it?
For the first time in a while, it seemed as though Higgins had got some momentum. Although Alan didn't play that one as well as he would have liked.
12.
Yeah, he played for the red near the pink spot and left it well short. So this isn't straightforward. Played it well, though. Back in prime position.
I've watched him an awful lot this season, over the last couple of seasons, actually. And I think there's a definite correlation
18.
between his pace of play and the quality of his cue ball. When he gets on with it and plays his normal pace, the cue ball improves.
$90. $24.
He is going to need
25.
one of those reds on the black cushion if he's going to win the frame at this visit. Not quite far enough, has to go down for the blue
32.
again.
33.
And a slight angle on the blue. Would have wanted more.
because with these pockets, you can't take liberties trying to pinch.
Pinning all his hopes on those 2 reds on the black cushion. He's a little short again. 13 points the lead. But not ideal on the black to get to the next red. Oh, this is tough.
46.
And he's got to try and leave the cue ball high on the black. Life for Higgins.
Mark Allen, 46.
20 points the difference. And this isn't a gimme, this opening red for Higgins. Oh, what a shot that was. Developing both reds. Terrific pot, this. He knew what was happening there. He was pushing the pink towards that right corner. Now, if the red passes the brown into the green pocket, the one down the balk area, it's game on again. Didn't want the kiss, but it's not too bad.
7.
He has stolen so many frames in the past, John Higgins. Broken so many hearts. Can he steal this one?
One good positional shot. One good positional shot.
8.
Is it there? If he's on the yellow, it's easy to get to the red. Good thinking, that, from John Higgins. It's in his hands. The red that Mark Allen took on, I bet I wish he could have that back again, because he didn't need to hit it that hard and disturb the reds.
$11.
Well, could have lost both these frames, John Higgins, but it looks like he's got every chance of winning them.
Arrives on the colours 5 points behind.
15.
So he needs yellow to pink.
$17.
Yeah, just overscrewed it slightly, but he should be okay.
$20.
These frames hurt. They really do. It was in his hands.
$24.
Oh, he's finished straight. He only needs the pink, but it's more difficult now than it would have been. How he had a slight angle.
29.
What a match this is becoming.
He missed a short-range black, did John Higgins, but he wasn't fully punished. He got a second chance, and he grasped it with both hands. And so, Mark Allen, it's 10-9.
You know, it's happened to me a few times, and it's happened to everybody else that's played here a number of times. You've got to try and get over it, and it's so difficult to do. He's pushed that red to the right side of the table again. The cue ball a little closer to the baulk cushion, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Plus, he's playing with that disappointment in his mind and heart. So, where they're going to finish? Could have been worse.
Mark Allen has got a better head-to-head against Higgins than the other way around. 13-11 in their previous meetings. He's beaten Higgins 5 times at the Masters alone. But Higgins has won both of their encounters here at the Crucible. (17-13) semi-final 2009. 13-9. Corresponding stage, the last 16 of the 2017 championship. Can Higgins safeguard that proud top 16 status and pull this one out of the fire?
By playing the cue ball over to the left side of the table, makes the safety just that little bit more difficult. He's a very clever player, Mark Allen. He's thought his way out of a number of problems that he's been in, and this is another one. Couldn't see a way out of it, but he got a very good cue ball. He could be in trouble next shot, though. If Higgins can get this cue ball in behind the green, it would give him a great chance. Oh, that's a let-off. That is a let-off. Always better to play that harder and hit the green rather than not get there. Now, once again, if you can get the cue ball down behind the yellow, dead on the cushion behind the yellow, it would be a good safety. And he knows every trick. You don't have to tell him about safety. Excellent shot. Again, he wasn't far away, was he? And he got plenty of action on the cue ball, but where's it going? That is so unfortunate. Look at the cue ball here. He's got that cue ball back to the baulk area. Well, so unfortunate there, wasn't he, to find the pocket with the cue ball and to leave the red over the pocket. Well, I won't say a great chance for Higgins because there's a lot of congestion down this end of the table, but it's a chance. The brown's blocking the black going in the pocket, so I'd expect him to remove that as soon as possible.
Seven.
Just as well, John Higgins delivered his cue in that split second, because he might have been put off by the noise that emanated from the other side of the arena straight afterwards. The noise
12.
was for Jack Lazowski making a big clearance to snatch frame 19 on the black against Stuart Bingham. Bingham's lead now 10-9.
Excitement at the Crucible.
19.
It's never been heard of.
$20.
So these two reds behind the black. He can finish on the one to the left corner here, I think. And that frees the other one. He doesn't have to play for those reds. There is a red
Quietly, please.
in the middle of that cluster will go to the same pocket as the black. It's just about choice. Now, I might just be able to get through the gap of those two reds and play down for the blue or pink. Delicate little shot, this. Found the gap. And nicely on the pink. Well, his target would have been 3-1 this session to win it. He's on the verge.
$34.
Nothing that he can do except try and stay calm and relax. And how do you do that? So this problem here is not the red and not the colour, but the red that comes after the next colour. It's got to leave that cue ball in a position where he can manoeuvre it onto the next red after that one.
35.
And it's not the best angle. He may have to screw onto one of those reds to leave him with a chance into the left corner. He's played it well. He's played it well. He'd have liked to have been straighter on it, obviously, but he's on a red.
42.
And again, he can play out for the pink or blue. Nicely played.
43.
Wants to have a slight angle, though. He's looking good now in this frame. This was a difficult table when he first started. It was a great safety shot that he played. Forced Mark Allen to take that red on. There wasn't a safety escape. And
49.
very nearly potted it, but it finished right over the green pocket, didn't it? And the white went in. The difference between winning and losing, he nearly potted the red.
$56.
No stranger to fighting back at all stages of the World Championship over the years. Just a few examples.
57.
2004 first round. 8-6 and 9-7 down. Beat Ryan Day 10-9. On the way to winning the title in 1998 for the first time. 11-10 down to John Barrett, won 13-11.
Oh, he didn't want the kiss. He wanted to go past the pink, and how important could that turn out to be?
64.
Wanted to slide past the pink there. Would have had an easy red, that's all he needed. What have I done? He's thinking. What have I done? And there's nothing safe. The green on the cushion, but it suits a left-hander. It was looking for the world that it was all level, and now has to wait. Pushing a red to the cushion.
Higgins 64.
But I've got a feeling it'll be coming straight back off again here.
the most notable example of an Higgins comeback. 14-10 down going into the last session of his semi-final against Stephen Maguire in 2007. Came through 17-15. Maguire still regarded as his most painful defeat.
So I'll tell you what his problem is here. He's going to be leaving a shot to nothing. If he doesn't cover that red below the pink. Anxious looks. Now, has he covered it? It's a shot to nothing to the right corner, and that's why he didn't really want to bring that red off the cushion. He needed to cover that red.
Shot to nothing, frame ball.
How good will he feel if this goes in? Close. Concentrated on the cue ball, of which he's got a good one. How does he find a way out of this? He may have to take the red on.
Two more Higgins comebacks to ponder. 2009, back-to-back rounds. 10-8 down against Mark Selby in the quarterfinals, 1-13-12. The round before that, 11-9 down to Jamie Cope, 1-13-12. The moral of the story, Joe, you have to beat him.
Don't rule him out, yeah, at any stage. And I was talking about taking the red on, he can't see it. So, think of another plan. 68 points behind and snookered. And the target is that red behind the black. He gave it plenty of thought. He gave it plenty of thought. Just caught the black. And that does make a difference.
Miss John Higgins, 7. Back.
That makes a massive difference. He can only tie now. Mark Allen has to hit a red this time. Otherwise he needs snookers.
Until a few years ago, that would not have been called a miss because he can only tie, but now the rule has been changed, and I think it's definitely the correct thing.
Well, this time, well shot. Not the place he wants you to be. So he needs a snooker, and he's left the red on. Higgins just needs to make sure of the red, not play out for the black. Well, he played out for the black, but the red's gone in. So it's going to be 10 each. And one dressing room's going to be very happy.
8.
The other's got to recover, and
9.
quickly. At 20 minutes, will go very quickly for Mark Allen.
$15.
And this is the only frame
16.
that he couldn't have won. Higgins put him in a lot of trouble twice. He got out of it the first time. but the second time he went in off. And he'd like to stay out there right now, John Higgins, and carry on.
24.
But he'll certainly enjoy his cup of tea.
$29. $30. John Higgins, 30 on the frame.
It is 10-10 and 10 out of 10. 4 marks for one very absorbing contest. It started out as the best of 25. It's been distilled to the best of 5 after the interval. Yes, Radzi, what a prospect this is. I will say this, though, while John Higgins, his stock has risen considerably, Mark Allen has got a steely temperament. Never forget that. Never underestimate him in the crunch. The prize, a quarter-final against Kyron Wilson, starting tomorrow afternoon. And we've talked about John Higgins trying to stay in the top 16. What about Mark Allen trying to finish the season as world number 1? A place he's never been before.
Yeah, well, that wasn't close compared to some of the long pots that he's got. But he hasn't left anything easy for John Higgins. Refusing the long reds to both corners in favour of the safety.
Almost a very cosy flick in behind the yellow.
He just might be forced into taking one on here. The safety, not straightforward. He's played it well, though. That's a great shot. Great safety shot.
That's the kind of shot you associate with John Higgins. Excellent.
He may be able to land up to that red closest to the black cushion. I'm not sure what kind of an angle he's got, how much of the cushion he can hit, but that could be his target. Yeah, somewhere there. Or he could play the red that's on the left side cushion, full ball, and try and leave the cue ball on the baulk cushion, on the black cushion. And that will do nicely. That's escaped a very difficult situation there. The last time he had a bad session and the interval came to rescue Mark Allen. He came out after the interval and just played superb snooker. Made breaks of 71, 94, 80 and 74. It was 7-5 down. But you can't pop balls if one doesn't go. Was that a good kiss? I think it's left Higgins only being able to see one red. And that one red was all he needed to see. What a terrific shot from Higgins. Forced into taking it on. But my word, what a shot. Don't think he's got an angle on the brown to be able to get back down the table as we look at this wonderful shot again.
Suspect from distance for most of the match, but when the chips are down. Oh, but the brown goes astray as he plays with pace.
Now, what's the damage?
John Higgins,
There's
what?
a red to the middle. What a difficult brown it was, though. Now it's in Mark Allen's hands. What can he do? The black goes to this right corner.
this has to qualify as a good chance. Nothing's easy now, we know that, but it's a really good chance.
Nine. Yes. $13.
The man whose cue ball is normally dependable has left that. It would be unfair to say in the middle of nowhere, but not remotely where he wanted it.
The red does go to the middle, as you can see. Nicely played.
14.
Not ideally on the pink. And because he's a left-hander, the bridging's going to be awkward. Bravely tuck it to the baulk corner, and that left him nicely on this red. Oh, but that
21.
is a poor positional shot.
What a big shot this is.
Yeah,
has to cover.
Mark Allen, 21.
Yeah, it was too risky, wasn't it, to take on? And only made 21 points from that really good leave.
After the shot, I'll tell you about the cacophony of noise from the other side of the arena. We've just seen an epic frame between Stuart Bingham and Jack Lazowski. Lazowski needed a snooker. He got it. He had a chance to clear up, and would you believe he missed the pink off its spot. He then missed another chance from distance to pot the pink, and Bingham finally slotted it in. Bingham leads 11-9. The frame lasted 42 minutes. So Bingham and Lazowski have gone to their interval. And sometimes that can mean a hubbub of noise across the way. And Joe, when your nerves are this fraught, any kind of distraction can be blown up.
Yeah, you can hear everything, can't you? Especially when things are not going according to plan. You seem to hear every little thing that happens. But, I think these two are so focused, Higgins and Allen, that all they're thinking about is one shot. Just this shot. Get out of trouble this shot. And that's just what he's done. Excellent escape. Played with a little bit of check on the cue ball to avoid the reds. You just see it check off that second cushion and finding a nice path back to the baulk area. A little tap on the table there from John. Now, maybe a chance here. Long red. If you can avoid the red on the black cushion and get the cue ball back down the table, it's worth taking on. Of course, neither player wants to go 11-10 down, so he's playing the safety.
These two know each other's game inside out. They've played each other 6 times this season, and this is their 5th meeting this calendar year. But nothing compares to the importance of this.
He's taking this long red on, you know. It was kind of a do or die. Had to go in. And full marks for attempting it. For daring to attempt it. He knew that he was leaving the game on if he missed it. And now a great chance for Mark Allen.
The Higgins red, so reminiscent of several he missed in the first session. To that pocket from distance by overcutting.
Well, normally he'd play the red near the black spot.
7.
And clear that area. And I think he's just going to make sure of this red, which place is on the black. Ultra cautious.
Eight. 14. $50.
Just concentrating on the pink. Not interested in playing for the black
21.
at this moment in time. Could have done a couple of times.
22.
I would have liked to have been straighter on this pink, but should be able to drop it in, bounce off the cushion. And now he's ideal on this red next to the black spot. Just a quick
28.
glance at the scoreboard. 48 points the lead.
$29. $36. $37.
57 in front. This is the ball.
Yeah, he could have done with another red though, couldn't he? And he's not ideal on this red.
43.
Yeah, one snooker required. It's happened before. Yeah, good shot. That makes sure he can breathe easy. John Higgins took a tough red on to this left corner. He didn't really get near it, but so brave for taking it on.
50. $51.
What a timely contribution this is from Mark Allen. Came to the table as a result of that.
It wasn't an easy break,
58.
this, but he manoeuvred them nicely.
59.
Just got to miss the blue if he's playing on the red. Missed the pink. Oh, what a shame. They've been nicely on it.
66. Mark Allen, 66 on the frame.
With his highest break of the session, that was a stoic response after losing the 3 previous frames. Allen regains the lead.
Thank you. Frame 22. John Higgins to break.
Falling 2 down with 3 to play would not be recommended.
Needs a good break off and not leave that long red onto the corner, and that's not a good break off. I'm surprised he doesn't place that cue ball in a different spot. Play it with more side, try and get that cue ball more towards behind the green. Another chance for Mark Allen. Oh, he didn't take the red on. And that's the first one that he's refused, and he's knocked in quite a few. If this goes in, he might have wished he'd taken it on.
There's a clear passage to the pocket.
That could have dropped kinda. May need the spider. Can he just reach it? Doesn't need to do much with the cue ball. There's a red. That goes to the right corner. Well, we've been here before. Do you remember the black into the opposite corner?
8.
They're good shots, you know, and especially at that speed. So he's in. Got in with a long red. Okay, it was close to the pocket, but still needed potting. And you could play a little cannon to the red just above the black here. About to say if he misses
16.
it, he's on this red, but he didn't attempt to play the cannon.
So, 17.
He's had 13 maximum breaks, John Higgins. He'd love to make it 14.
Yeah, remarkably,
24.
he'd never made a maximum, even in practice, before he made his first one in professional competition.
As quietly as you can, please.
I think right now, if you gave him 80, he'd snap your hand off.
Very careful there, removing the rest, playing the shot. Could have done with just a little bit more angle on the black, a little shake of the head. It's difficult to get to the next red from there. Well, that's the best he could get, and you wouldn't want this shot, would you?
32.
Miss this, you could be 12-10 down. What a big shot, and no guarantee of position. Yeah, well played, well played. He's on the blue, not ideally, I've got to say, but he's on it.
Yeah, when it comes to 147s, there's a time and a place, and this is not it.
John Higgins, 33.
And he's left choice of reds. So the red to the middle, not easy. The red to the corner, not easy. Cue ball's going into the pack of reds. And there's pressure on this because he could be leaving the red on. Well, he hasn't left the red onto the left corner. Maybe that was in his mind a little bit. So a let-off for John Higgins. Much needed let-off. Perfect angle on the yellow. Had the red gone in. He could take it onto the corner, into the green pocket. And I think he will. If he doesn't, if he can't leave anything on, it's worth a little punt at. Yeah, good shot. And Higgins was a little unlucky to leave him on that red so nicely. He could cue it because the cue ball wasn't dead on the cushion. But a great opening red. But missed the cannon. He tried to play a little cannon to the red, which would have left him on the red to the left corner. And caught it too thin. He did catch the red. No, he didn't. Wow, great recovery. Terrific recovery shot. Now, does he go into the reds from the green? All these shots are difficult at this stage of the match. A right-handed player would like this shot. As we look at this terrific long red again.
13.
Yeah, never easy for a right-handed player. It wasn't too bad.
13.
So, been in twice.
And now for Higgins, that's test red across the top cushion.
What a tough red. What a tough player. Not afraid of playing his shots. But again, this black isn't a gimme. Cue ball's close to that middle pocket for the in-off, so he's got to put a bit of something on the cue ball. Brilliant. Brilliant. Opened the reds up and finished on this red to the vault corner. That couldn't have worked out any better.
8.
Full marks for attempting to open the reds as well. Maybe a little fortunate to finish so well on this red, but deserved it. It's in his hands now, the decider.
9.
Every shot is difficult. but he's in the zone.
12.
He's focused.
$13.
He'd like to be a little bit closer to these object balls he's playing.
$20.
Higgins has played 1,087 frames at the Crucible. This among the more important of them.
Wow.
21.
That caught the near angle. And the cue ball, because he nearly missed the red, didn't go through for the pink. So now he's faced with a real toughie to get onto the next red. Taking it to the middle. He's too hard to be ideal anyway, but he's on a red. He's on a red to the middle.
27.
Colour
28.
is all he needs. It looks like 11 each. He refused a long red,
35.
didn't he, Mark Allen? And then missed the red to the middle.
36.
I was selling him short on the amount of frames he's played here. 1,938, actually. But I'll stick with my original statement. One of the most important. And he's come through the examination.
43. $44.
Seasoned Crucible campaigner.
And I suppose it helps, Phil, that he's won here twice before against Mark Allen. And those thoughts
50.
will be in Mark Allen's head. Make no mistake about that.
51.
This is the shot on the black, opening the reds up and finishing on this red in the baulk area.
John Higgins, 51 on the frame.
The black is sent wide, but the frame is won. This is now, you have to say, a classic. Anyone's.
The 23rd frame. Mark Allen to break.
Can John Higgins dredge up all of that experience, skill, knowledge, nerve, or will Mark Allen remain on course for a maiden world title?
He's brought a red down the table. Can Higgins cut it in? It's the thin un. Cue ball needs to miss the angles of the pocket.
1.
Just in no man's land. Not ideally on the blue. Not ideally on one of the baulk colours. But if he just drops the blue in, he could finish on the red that's nearest that right side cushion. He's played that very well indeed.
Waiting for the applause to subside. The applause is because Jack Lisowski, with a break of 84, has just pulled a frame back. Stuart Bingham's lead reduced to 11-10. What a night of snooker.
Caught that near angle, but dropped in.
7.
Now, can he hold for that red just above the black? Could have done with a little bit more side.
12.
Just to keep him closer to this red. But he should be able to pot this and get the cannon. Well, not ideal, but he potted one like this in the last frame into the opposite corner. Delicate little cannon to stay on this red to the left corner pocket. Tricky shots, those. But he's got his mojo. Played for the pink.
21.
Which leaves him on 2 reds to the right corner.
You know, the very best matches, they're the ones that create nerves for those like Joe and I, for you at home. They create nerves in the ones who are watching.
Sometimes, you know, Phil, it's easier playing than watching.
27.
Now, decision to make. Does he play for that loose red? Or does he go into them? It's such a nice target to go into. But it's how he's feeling. Oh, he's not on one. He's not on one. Didn't catch them thick enough.
33.
Needed to catch that full in the face. Or at least on the right-hand side of that red. And he knows he's missed a trick there by not catching the red fuller. Could he take the double on? He may do if he's not leaving anything. There isn't a better doubler than John Higgins if he decides to take it on. And he's took it on. Oh, so close. But he's left it on.
Higgins, 33.
So these reds to the middle look easy, but at this stage of the match, nothing is easy. Yeah, nicely played. He knew he was leaving this red to the right corner, had he missed that. So both players now had a chance. Coolly played.
And because Higgins went into the reds a few shots ago, these balls are largely available.
Six. Thirteen. 14.
Nicely played. That wasn't easy. Had to play that with a lot of stun to get round the back of that red.
21. 22.
He's captured 20 professional titles, Mark Allen. You don't do that without being a reliable finisher. He's made of the right stuff.
He didn't pot that one very well.
29.
Just got a little bit too much stun on the cue ball. The red will go, but he's not ideal on it. So he lives again, John Higgins.
Mark Allen, 29.
One poor positional shot. He was looking so good.
I was bigging up Allen with every justification. But the fact is, when you get down to this stage at the Crucible, even the most cool temperaments can boil over a little.
Well, it was awkward queuing, that's why I didn't take one of those two reds on. This could be close behind the brown. Having a quick look there to see if he'd covered the red nearest the pocket. The other red, so much more tougher. He missed one similar to this in the last but one frame into that left corner. I don't think it was as difficult as this. Oh, brilliant. Oh, what a kiss. He would have been nicely on the black. What a kiss that was. And what a pot. Surely you can't take the black on. It's got to be a safety.
Green ball. John Higgins, 1.
The black would have been a low percentage shot on any table throughout the season, but on this table, oh no, stay away.
Yeah, I actually think he would have took it on if he could have been on a red, but he couldn't get to a red. So, as you say, not worth the risk. Not for 7 points. Try and put your man in trouble. And live again.
Okay, so.
Couldn't have played that much better. Excellent snooker coming out from both players.
Foul. And then this. Mark Allen, 4.
Cheers reverberating around the grand old Crucible Theatre, and that's because Jack Lazowski, in style, has pulled back onto level terms at 11-11 with Stuart Bingham. Would you believe he made a 123 break to get there?
Can we have a look on there, please, Terry?
Pressure not only on the players here, but also on the officials.
Just a fraction to this.
Yeah, you've got it there.
Just a fraction.
A fraction that way. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, thanks, Terry.
The Terry to which Paul Collier refers is Terry Camilleri, his marker.
Thank you.
Foul and a miss. Mark Allen, full.
Yeah, well, he's going to be in trouble here because he has to hit one now. Otherwise, he'll lose the frame.
Okay, I've got to warn you this time, John. If you call a miss, you lose the frame, okay?
Doesn't want to push a red over that left corner. Caught it too thick. I thought he was just going to land up to the red and let the cue ball go to that right corner pocket, but he's offered a really good chance here.
Of course, he needed to hit that safety shot a whole lot thinner than he did, but it was the spectre of losing the frame that made him commit that mistake.
This looks good. This looks very good.
6. Seven.
Again, he's short of pace on the blue. 10 points to the good now. Mark Allen. But it's not quite so simple to get to that next red. Oh, he's really belted that one, hasn't he? What a great shot that was, to come down onto this red. Now, he might just play for the black here. A little cannon. No, refused to play it.
13.
He needs a kiss. He needs a kiss. Well, a thicker one would have been better.
18.
Just hit it too hard. Yeah, he could try and get him behind the pink here. He's leading by 21, so he still needs both reds.
But Joe, he might not need the green, and John Higgins most certainly does.
He does at this stage now. And he pushed the green safe, didn't he? Something like that, I was thinking. But make sure the red is safe. Well, he's seen a different way. And nothing wrong with that, is there? The only problem is that he's pushed the red safe and he needs it. Tap on the table there from John. Yeah, great shot. What a shot that was. And now he wishes he'd not put that red safe. There's a case here for playing the safety, putting a ball safe.
Yeah, because obviously the red is awkward, but also doubly awkward for a left-hander.
Yeah, I think maybe skim off the pink, push the pink to the side cushion and leave the cue ball on the baulk cushion. And that gives him a little bit more insurance. See, he's thinking on the same lines.
Mark Allen 1.
They could have got the snooker there, though. Didn't have to hit it that thick. Well, it's all happening. Well, a red and a blue would leave John Higgins needing snooker. Just trying to drop onto the red. Happy with that. He's in charge of the safety at the moment, Mark Allen.
At 24 minutes, this is the lengthiest frame of this final session, and you can fully understand why. Fighting so hard, both of them.
Mustn't push it over the middle, and it looked a bit heavy. Now, for a left-hander, this is on. It would be tough with the rest, but I think he can reach it. Red and a blue. Couldn't have played it any better, could it? Right in the heart of the pocket. Just the blue needed. Well, I'm surprised he played it like that. He could have dropped it in dead weight.
6.
Been on the yellow, and it would have been 2 snookers. As it is, it's just 1. I'm surprised there. He couldn't possibly have missed the blue. But he wasn't confident. So I'd say this game is still alive. This isn't far away, I can tell you. This isn't far away. It should be easy enough to hit with just a touch of right-hand side. But it just shows you Well, that's brought the green into play. Now can he survive this yellow? And the answer's no. 2 snookers required. And he'll be playing on.
A frame that's not been especially pretty, but so intriguing. And a frame that's fallen to Mark Allen vitally. He's been caught tonight, but he's never been headed. Just a brief interlude of queuing freedom before the nerves kick back in the next frame. Mark Allen needs one to go through. John Higgins has to win the last couple.
Thank you. The 24th frame. John Higgins to break.
Well, this time he's got a good cue ball. He's still pushed this red to the right corner, but I don't think he'll be taking it on. But who knows? He did. Now, unless he's left a plant there. John having a look at it. Do you know, I think this plant is on. If it's close to touching, that's where he'd need to hit it. That side of the red, the right-hand side of the red is where looking at it. It would reverse. I'm sure it would reverse, even though they're not touching. But he's not playing it. He can't afford to play it, can he? If he missed that, could be on the train back to Glasgow. We sure.
You might have heard someone in the crowd shout re-rack. They weren't talking about this frame, they were talking about the Lazowski-Bingham 23rd frame, which has become really bogged down with a whole series of awkward reds.
Is he eyeing this long straight red up? He is. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Got hold of it too well. That deserved to be a frame winner. Not just the pot, but for having the bottle to take it on.
Ramble.
And another one. And he's missed the red, and he's nicely on this red to the left corner. Two wonderful shots there from John Higgins. Just showing the world what is made of.
This is a tricky little one, though. He played the brown because there was so much positional value. He made the decision. You could see the switch went on. OK, I'm committing. And it could be valuable.
Well, he's showing true metal, isn't he? The red and the brown, because the brown wasn't easy as well, because he knew he was leaving that red on had he missed it. So he's earned this chance. He would have liked to have been straight on this red to the right corner. That would have led him to the black. Now does the pink go to the right middle? Pink doesn't go.
11.
And all these reds are covering one another. They look nice, but it's difficult to land on any of those surrounding the pink. The wrong side of this red.
16.
Wanted to be low on it so he could get to the blue. Couldn't get the right side of the blue, he was too straight. And he's come a little bit too far to go in and out of baulk. 3 or 4 inches slower would have been easy. Wow, he's whacked that one. It needs to get past that blue spot. If he's held the spot, he's in big trouble. Unless it spots on the pink spot. Wow.
22.
Because you know where the blue would have gone, right in front of the cue ball. But it's spotted on the pink. He's on this red, that will lead him to the black, actually. But it's still a tough shot with the rest. Big shot, this. He's missed 1 or 2 with the rest.
Higgins 22.
And that could be the most important one.
Down the years, it's been an Achilles heel.
This is that plant, Phil. This is that plant that John could have took. And he was about to take it. And now having second thoughts. It's not set to the pocket, so he would have to make it. close, but no cigar. Doesn't want one.
It's been said that cliches are simply repeated truths. A cliche, game of fractions, but true.
Oh, so close. Oh, and so was the white. That white could have come back down the table there very easily, but because it was so close to the middle pocket, it nearly went in. Nothing easy left for Higgins. Oh, this is a big, big shot. Oh, what a shot. Oh, my word. The red has just come to spoil the black. What does it have to do? Watch this. The red is on the black for a moment, and then the red just comes to sit in front of that black.
And another red went over a pocket. That's why he couldn't take the normal safety route up into bulk.
Well, this could turn into a re-rack, you know. There's no hiding place really down the table. Had the blue been on its spot, you could have played the cue ball into the yellow pocket area. But not being there.
Not beyond the bounds of possibility, we could have simultaneous or nearly simultaneous re-racks, because the other table is also on the verge of stalemate. Little tap on the table from John Higgins. He realises that's transformed the situation against him.
Yeah, you can see a red. If you could take the cue ball back to where it is, not behind the pink, but over that side of the table. You may have to risk the in-off, but the pink, black and blue are fairly safe, so yeah, something like that. Played it well, but it wouldn't have been a disaster had Mark Allen been able to see that red, because there was no colour for it.
This is what it's all about. Two top players battling for supremacy.
And that's what I'm saying, you know, the re-rack is a possibility. He just asked for one, Mark Allen. Tongue-in-cheek. But we could be heading there.
Higgins with a 23-point lead, reluctant to even think about setting them back up. I think if the scores were level or near level, the re-rack would have been kicked in by now, but he's got no incentive yet. There won't be a re-rack on the other table. The impasse has been resolved in favour of Jack Lazowski, who's actually got a good chance now to move in front of Stuart Bingham. Read of that difficulty was always going to be speculative. There are two ways you can arrive at a re-rack. By far the most common these days is when the two players get their heads together and mutually agree. But we've established that Higgins, with an advantage, won't want to do that. So then if the tip-tapping, the cat and mouse, the stalemate lengthens, then eventually the referee can tell the two players they've got a certain number of shots to get the situation sorted, or if it isn't, then the balls on the referee's decision are re-racked. Paul Collier won't be doing that yet. He understands the gravity of the situation. But it can't last forever.
Yeah, that circle would be a place. But who'd like to risk it? Yeah, I remember this happening to Willie Thorne once. I think he was about 50 in front at the time.
He was, Joe, good memory against Andy Hicks. Wasn't so late in the match, though. One player would love a re-rack, the other dead against it.
A touching ball might help matters.
the camera focusing on a man who might have to make a decision sooner rather than later.
Doesn't want that cue ball in the pocket. Now, what about that? Yeah, he's left the red on, but there's no colour for it.
One.
He's done well to get back down the table to the yellow. He's also got the double on the pink. He's got the brown to swing round the cushions. Another good pot. And this time nicely on a red.
5.
And maybe now Higgins might have preferred a re-rack.
Oh, it looks like the black goes.
6.
That's a disaster for John Higgins. It's just about nerve now.
$13.
Allen offered the re-rack. The offer was refused.
$14.
Still a difficult table, this, though, at this moment in time. He needs to get onto the black to be able to play a cannon to the reds surrounding it. But it's not easy to get onto the black from here. And I think he's run out of position. The red will go, but he can't get to the black from it. He wanted to be the other side of this red. So I'm going to try and leave an angle on a colour, balk colour, to be able to come back down and disturb the reds.
$17.
And that's not the best angle. He needs a bit of luck here. He'll probably try and screw directly at the reds. So he's going to need a little bit of luck. Directly at the reds. Oh, here we go again.
19.
I think he cheekily offered the re-rack again. Higgins might be more conducive here with just a 4-point lead.
This was such a great attempt, wasn't it? He could so easily have been on a red there. I can't see any other shot but just roll up to the red. But he's seen something different. It's the cut. Oh, wow. Wow, what a shot.
20.
Yeah, I'll take the re-rack, he says now.
After such a spectacular pot, he's actually unlucky that the cue ball has come to rest so close to the side cushion. Pressure on this one.
Yeah, could so easily have gone in off there as well, couldn't he? And still a difficult table.
22.
Some players shy away from pressure, others embrace it. Alan is the latter. He can cope.
Well, that has certainly helped things, releasing the blue. He's not ideal on it, but if it goes in, he'll be on the red, nearest the right corner. Not the highest scoring game, 23 points each, but a very important one. And he's got the cannon. So barring another miracle pot,
28.
let's end a break. And nothing in this game.
One of the grittiest 28 breaks you'll ever see.
Another beauty.
29.
He just doesn't know when to stop scoring.
It was an R's because the cue ball hit the middle pocket jaw, but from that angle, had that got in, that would have been cursed. Still 11 all on the other table. Frame 23 in progress for 42 minutes and very much alive. As is this one.
Mark Allen, 29.
Pushing the green safe, and there's only 6 points in it. Means that Higgins probably needs the green. So a little bit of insurance there for Mark Allen. And that's a good safety. thinnest of thins. And couldn't have played that one any better.
Frame 24. Half an hour of drama with no quick resolution in sight.
Foul. And a miss. Mark Allen, 4. Yeah, so free ball.
And a free ball called. Well, I'm surprised he played the pot. Although there was plenty of reward, he could have played a good safety. Oh, very close to that middle pocket, but a good angle on the blue to try and disturb the reds.
Oohs, ahs, both matches building to quite a crescendo, and this shot could be the most important of this frame.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. What a split. Now, we know how tight these pockets are because Mark Allen has just missed an easier red than this. But it's a great chance. Nerves of steel. He's going to try and finish fairly straight on this red, somewhere round about there. Doesn't want to kiss the blue. Whatever you do.
14.
We're going to hear some noise on the other table. What a gargantuan frame for Stuart Bingham to win. He's back in front at 12-11. And would you believe Jack Lazowski lost that frame despite making a break of 67. Lasted 3/4 of an hour. Twists and turns aplenty.
You tell me. Did he hold his hand up? He now needs the green.
Quietly, please.
I think it was one of those shots, Joe, where he knew the red was going somewhere in the vicinity of the pocket.
It's not hard enough. A little harder. He'd have had a nice angle on the yellow to bring the green into play.
6.
And did he hold his hand up? Didn't see.
Mark Allen, 6.
Now you could attempt this off 3 cushions. Or go off 1. Looks like 3. Just 2 points in it. And that's to Allen. So Higgins now needs the pink. Yeah, good pot.
2.
Well, you could see what he was thinking there, the double. And had it missed the blue, he would have been playing the double. Very clever shot. Guaranteed the green being safe. The snooker is a bonus. The important thing was the green.
Whatever now, this has been the night when this year's World Championship has come alive.
Wow, it doesn't get any closer than that, does it? But I don't think he can hold for the brown.
With a 4-point advantage, Allen needs green, brown and blue.
Couldn't hold. Now then, was this going to finish? He couldn't hold for the brown, and he caught the green much too thick. So the pendulum swings again. Couldn't have played that one any better. Now where to leave the cue ball? Over the right side of the table would be advantageous. Couldn't get it there though. So that's where he'd like to land. Oh, mouth will be dry. Heart pumping.
12.
Just about right. Well played.
John Higgins is a great champion. He refuses to succumb. And entirely fittingly, this tremendous match has gone the distance. Right now, Mark Allen has to sit there and draw positives. I've got one for him. These two have played 5 matches before that have gone to the wire. Of those deciders, Mark Allen has won 4. John Higgins only 1. Yes, Allen's had the better of their deciders, and not in small matches either.
Frame. Mark Allen to break.
Allen beat Higgins in a decider at this year's Masters. He beat him 9-8 in the final of the Northern Ireland Open in 2021, after trailing. Here, though, history. What does it count for? It's all about nerve now.
It's been about nerve all night, actually, and both players have stood up to it. Now, will he take this long red on? The black does go to the left corner. But those 2 reds next to the black, maybe a plant to the left corner. And that may be why he's not taking that red on. Yep, there they are, look. They are a plant and can be made. Close, but he leaves the plant. Couldn't have got any closer without dropping. Great attempt. He's in Mark Allen's hands now. Mark Allen gets the first chance in the decider.
1.
Certain players with an opportunity to beat John Higgins and reach the quarterfinals at the Crucible as a consequence.
6.
You would wonder, question, whether they could hold themselves together. Mark Allen most certainly can.
Didn't quite come far enough on this red. He doesn't like it. And I don't blame him, because the red that's closest to the right corner may stop the black going once he makes contact with the black. So change of plan.
Seven.
I think he may have come too far, or not far enough. The red
11.
by the pink spot will go.
12.
So if he can finish fairly straight on this next red, that will lead him to the black.
$18. $90.
Oh, what an attacking shot. And that's exactly what he played. Into the red, screw out of them with a lot
26.
of whiz on that cue ball. And he was guaranteed to be on that red next to the black.
$27.
15 years ago, in this round of the 2009 World Championship, Mark Allen defeated Ronnie O'Sullivan. Tonight, is he going to teach another member of the class of 1992 a lesson?
34.
It's in his hands, Phil. Having to go up for the blue, but not
35.
a problem as long as he gets the right side, which he has done. He's got choice of reds now, and John knows this is a good chance for Mark Allen.
And it's been a recurring story for John Higgins. Time and again over the
40.
last 3 years, he's been so close. So close to big victories.
41.
And so often, his hopes have been dashed in a final frame. Are we seeing history repeating itself? You have to believe so.
$48.
Well, he needs to finish it at this visit because Higgins is the king of clearances.
$49.
Nudged another red out. But those four reds surrounding the pink, relatively safe.
$56. $57.
And now a chance to go into those four reds. Is he on one?
$62.
Fair in the worst, John Higgins. It's too high.
Mark Allen, 62.
Red and the black would have been safe. Is it a double? There's no better doubler, I can tell you. And if it goes in, they're all there. And he'd be getting rid of the bad red as well. It's there. He's on the black. And what was I saying earlier about the king of clearances? He's got a chance. Just one tricky red near the cushion. There isn't a better doubler.
There's an old chestnut in sport, in snooker. Form is temporary, class is permanent.
Nine.
All of those years, all of those wins. Can Higgins turn the clock back?
Can he hold himself together?
16. $17.
It's been a long time since I've been this nervous watching a snooker match.
23.
It's magical.
$24.
Just overrun slightly. What must he be feeling? Look at the crowd.
31.
Mesmerised. Oh, he's
32.
overdone it. He's overdone it. He can't get to the red now. Potted the red on the far knuckle and lost the cue ball. Couldn't get close to the red. Now, does he take it on? Or does he play the snooker? He'll be kicking himself
39.
not being the right side of the black. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And perfectly onto the baulk colours. And now he knows it's out of his hands. That simple red with the rest.
Joe, we've just seen the epitome of snooker guts. Is it going to lead
44.
to glory?
He's short.
46.
Oh, no, he isn't. He's on the green. Beg your pardon.
49.
He still needs the lot. Come on, John.
And perfectly onto the glue. There shouldn't be any mistakes from here, but I can tell you his heart will be pumping.
58.
How can you not feel sympathetic for Mark Allen? He's played a terrific frame in many respects.
$64.
He was shaking on the black, but now it's shake, rattle and roll into the quarterfinals. The wonderful clearance against Ronnie O'Sullivan in the Masters final, and now that one, another in the book of brilliance for John Higgins.
The Wizard of Wishaw, take a bow. If you look up bottle in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of that man there, the world number 13, John Higgins. Alan McManus in our studio now officially has angina after watching that one. What an incredible feat that was. A final frame decider, a worthy result for a worthy winner. What an absolute colossus of a match that was. And by
Mark, an unbelievable match. You played such a big part in it, and that clearance by John in the end, it was just so sad that either of you had to lose such an incredible game.
Yeah, as soon as the double went down at the start of the break, I sort of knew he was going to clear up. It's what John does, no, but just disappointed. I had more than enough chances in the early part of the match to be well clear, and only myself to blame. Missed too many balls.
You went toe-to-toe with a legend of the game, and so many matches already this year, this season, and disappointed not to get over the line. But all things told, it's been another good tournament, a great season for yourself.
It's been a steady year. I just need to tighten up on a few things, but like, I don't come here to compete with the all-time greats. I come here to win the tournament, so anything less than that's a disappointment. So I didn't take my chances and got what I deserved in the end, so good luck to John for the rest of it. I hope he does well. I said to him at the end, I hope he believes in himself a bit more, because he's one of the very few that can go on and win this. He needs to believe in it.
And I think you said that earlier in the season as well. You know, he's been quite down on himself. And listen, I know we should be talking about you, but the fact that he's pulled off that miracle clearance, he's shown that he's still made of strong stuff, isn't he?
Absolutely. And like, there's a very, very small amount of people in this game ever that can take a clearance like that in a deciding frame at the Crucible. So why should he be getting down on himself? You know, like, he's still one of the very, very best in the world, and I love to see him do well. Not against me, obviously, but I love to see John do well, because he's one of the good guys, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's got great determination, and I'd love to see him do well.
You're a good guy yourself. Great sport, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Yates. Cheers. Thank you.
Well, incredibly humble words there by Mark Allen. I mean, obviously, undoubtedly devastated. I think John Higgins is actually just behind the camera, getting himself mic'd up, so we're going to hear from him in seconds. But, Jimmy, to go out in the second round, obviously he's disappointed, one of the players of the season.
Yeah.
But in the way that he went out, a lot of pride there.
Oh, no, absolutely. You know, once his only insurance in that break is the red that's safe that John's doubled. But John did say in the pre-match before they played, Mark Allen hasn't won this tournament. He hasn't been there yet. So,
yeah,
you know,
right.
like, you know, and that was a factor in the match, because John stayed with him, and, like, not a bad dish, John.
He was all right, Jimmy.
A man through his 18th Crucible quarter-final, John Higgins.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Yeah, it means a lot, because obviously in the last few years I've been maybe falling down at those most extreme pressure moments, and it means a lot to me, that clearance.
We're going to break the fourth wall here. Probably shouldn't say this, probably a little bit unprofessional. When Ronnie O'Sullivan plays, biggest fan in the house, Jimmy White. When John Higgins plays, biggest fan is sat next to you. This man suffered hard out. It was special.
I've been saying, you know, for the last 5 or 7 minutes, waiting on John coming in. I don't know how he does it, you know. I'm done praising this guy, because I can't, you know, because I you know what. I don't know, I actually get quite emotional because I haven't been on the journey with him all the way, but I've witnessed it, and it's been a pleasure to witness it, and he's done it again. I just don't know how. Just answer, how did you do it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just that.
Just one small question. Yeah. The fact that the double, you're leaving the red over the corner, did that help the double a little bit? Because you just accepted?
Yeah, in a way that I didn't think the red went, and even if I tried to go for it, I'm thinking, just go for it, give it a chance. If you get it, there's a snippy a chance you might get. You could be on the clearance. It reminded me a wee bit like the
conference centre. The
conference centre with Ronnie when I was down on the red. I'm thinking,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then obviously when it went in, I'm thinking but I felt calm. I really felt good.
See that again, that kind of leads on to what I want to see. In the club or in the whatever, down the years when you share time on tables and practice, you never talk about these things, innit? You know what I mean? So the only time I ever get is when he comes in nights like this, and that's, you know, probably one of the top 10 or dozen matches in the history of this place. We've been here since 7. It really is. I mean, the lead changed times, I think, 6 times in the match. They were hammer and tongs the whole way. It was incredible. And to finish like that, only the 8th time ever a match is finished on a black ball on the side of the Crucible. Incredible.
John, this man knows you so well that before you even went down for the double, Alan, I mean, I wish you could see this. When the actual play is happening, we've got commentary, these guys... He said he's going to go for it. He's smiling. He's going to go for it. I don't believe it. He's actually going to go for it.
Well, as soon as the bottom red that John's talking about, it didn't go in all the pocket, and I thought his only out ball is the double, and I thought, well, yeah, here we go.
There was a beautiful shot we've got, John, of your slow-mo reaction when that final black goes in.
Yeah.
Not many times have I seen you look up to the sky almost and take a moment.
Yeah.
Mark Allen spoke about the fact that you should believe more. Does that give you more belief?
Yeah, I get a bit emotional. And Mark said, total gentleman, said some nice words. As you said, I went into the dressing room, had a little bubble myself because I knew it was a special clearance. But now it's only the last 16. I'm in the quarterfinals. I've got to just get a good night's sleep and get myself ready for Kyron. I was delighted the way I held on to Mark in a way because he had the burst of the 4 frames when it was 7-5 and it was like eeksy peeksy. The standard wasn't great. It was maybe taking a little bit of time. And with his 4 frames playing like that, I'm thinking to myself, why does he not play like that all the time? That's I'm just sitting admiring it because I'm thinking he's an unbelievable player, and when he gets on a little bit of a roll, I think he will win this tournament in the future. But I think he's got to play at that pace because he's not as good when he starts double guessing himself and different things. And then tonight, the one thing I always mentioned about Mark Allen is his bottle. I just think he's got an incredible bottle, and I just never in a million years thought he was going to miss that red with the rest. That's just the one thing I've always said about him. He's one of the best bottles that's ever played this game.
Well, if he's got an amazing bottle, what does that say about you?
No, pretty good as well. Aye, but,
go on, John.
No. Listen,
he's always self-deprecating.
Exactly.
Always, and that will never change.
I mean, I'm going to say something rather strange. Do you realise that you're John Higgins? As in, when you walk around, there's no ego. It's almost you're the 4 times world champion, and yet you never give yourself a G up, and you're almost surprised, and you're giving other people the bottle. That's you.
I'll just tell John. Sorry, very, very quickly. I know our Rachel was humbled by something and touched by something. Actually, the press day on the Friday, they had the roll call of photographs with all the. There was one player out of the 16 with their accreditation round their neck. Johnny, you know, as if he needs to prove who he is to get in here.
A few people
that's what he's like.
They don't know me down here. A few people, suppose. But no, I'm over the moon. I think it will hit me maybe when I'm back in the hotel with Denise and different things and realise that was a special clearance. And I'm proud of myself.
Jim, the match, I think the entire match was actually unforgettable, Jim.
Listen, fantastic. You know, John's the second to last red. John's a bit thin, and so he's not got the right position on the black. Yeah. But it didn't cross his mind to pot the black. And you know, Alan said, you know, he's got to play the snooker on the last red. Just got down and just potted it with right-hand side, perfect angle on the brown. He wasn't going to miss from there.
But as I said, and John doesn't know anything about, because I'm a mortal, he's not, right? He's like up in the thing. If it's 2-all, 5-all, 8-all or 10-all, you stun the black and you play the red up table, don't you?
Possibly.
No, definitely. But they do it differently.
But see the red, the way I was going to play it, Alan, I was going to soft drag it in.
What, play the blue?
For the black?
For the black.
Oh,
wow. Because I was just going to just... No, I was...
No, I believe you.
I was, because I'm thinking to myself,
I believe
if I do it and just give it everything, if I miss it, I miss it, but if I get it, I'm making the shot easier. But...
Are the pockets a little bit tight?
Yeah, I think so, Jimmy, I think so.
That even makes the last red even bigger.
The cushions, apparently, it was only Jack Lazowski that told me before we went on. He says the cushions have been recovered. I'm like, what? I says, nobody even said that the cushions were recovered. But even that, there was a couple of shots that you were thinking they were going to drop, and they just stayed up. So, nah.
Great win.
John, many of us are here and we want to make our parents proud. Tomorrow, I think, might be quite an important day for your mum.
Yeah, it's my mum's birthday tomorrow, so that was a good wee present for her. So the flowers will be coming tomorrow, and I hope she enjoyed it.
What's your mum's name?
Josephine.
Josephine, happy birthday for tomorrow. Your son is through to his 18th Crucible quarter-final, and we are all in awe of him. We'd love you to come down to the Crucible and see this man do even more great things. And as for us, by the way, I mean, I'm not even sure what's going to happen next. It can't presumably get any more dramatic than that. Like I say, Alan will need a medic if that is the case. But the other man, the 8th man through to the quarter-final...